All right, well, after a brief hiatus due to the overwhelming demand of our wonderful fans, all 10 of you, we're back for we're back for episode 2 of the Physical League. Um, I know it's been a while, but Owen, very happy to see your handsome face again on the pod.
I, I, I mean, just as soon as you hopped in this Zoom call, just a smile to my face. Great to be back. Apologies to the viewers for the long break. Take some accountability here. We've been stalling, lollygagging, but we're back.
We're busy guys.
We're busy guys.
Yeah,
We're busy, but we got to carve out some time.
exactly.
So hopefully we don't go as long in between episodes in the future, but
Yes.
let's get right into it. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, so let's start off by talking about the topic at hand. This will be posted on YouTube after the fact, but let's talk about Game 7 tonight. Buffalo, Montreal. It's been a great series so far. I actually, as you know, was at Game 4 in Montreal, which was a loss. However, it was a very good experience, and I'll go into that later. But I'm wondering, what do you think is going to go down tonight? Give me your thoughts.
First and foremost, I think this is more than we could have asked for in a series. Seems like literally every single game has gone over. Like, I feel like I always miss like the first, a little earlier starting game. I always miss like the first 20 minutes of the game, and I'll put it on, and it's like 4 minutes left in the first period, and it's 3-2. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
You literally look away and you miss two goals. So I mean, it's been incredible. Very different than some other series. You watch a Kane series and it's just absolutely suffocating. They don't give an inch, and then you put on you put on any Habs Buffalo game. It's just a barn burner every single time. So
explosion,
it's been
offensive
entertaining
explosion.
hockey. Yeah, it's been entertaining hockey. But tonight, I think it's going to be Montreal. I've had this take with other sports and different games, but Buffalo scored too many goals last game. Scored too many goals. I don't know if they saved enough for tonight. So I think Montreal 6-3 tonight is my prediction. Going to be another barn burner.
I like that. I also have Montreal, although I have them winning in overtime. I think it would only be fitting for an overtime. I guess part of that is
Mm.
also me just like wanting to be hopeful and optimistic as a neutral fan. I mean, even though I'm definitely a little biased
Neutral.
towards, I'm a little biased towards Montreal. The whole family, they're all Habs fans except for the kids for some reason. I guess my dad just didn't care enough to make
Just
me a Habs fan.
surprised they haven't disowned you at this point,
Yeah,
but
it is what it is. I think they win in overtime, and I'm going to pick Matheson to score the game winner. I've been really impressed with them all series. I think Hudson gets the spotlight, and I will say after seeing him in person, I mean, dude, the guy actually his skating is so unbelievable. I know
yeah,
I sound like a broken record talking about all these defensemen like Makar and Hughes and Schaefer and their skating, but I mean seeing Hudson in person,
defenseman,
yeah, defenseman.
defenseman.
Although, dude, Hudson's been good, man. He's been good.
Yeah, he's
McCarr's,
good. He's good
we're-
defensively. He's good defensively. Yeah, yeah.
dude,
He's
yeah,
good.
McCar's the best defenseman. I'm still not over that take from last podcast, and it is what it is. But aside from that, I think Matheson's looked great. He had the crossbar in Game 4. Seems to be generating a lot offensively. I'm gonna have him to score, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Buffalo wins, especially at home. And I saw a thing. I don't know if this is true or not, but Lindy Ruff showed up to the rink this morning in their like black alternate jerseys, or like the goat head
Yeah,
logo or
yeah. I,
whatever.
I
And he
saw
only
that.
does that when they're gonna wear it. They could have a big fine from the league, but last time
Yeah.
they won a Game 7, they were in these uniforms, and they're obviously
Hey,
fan favorites. So I think
fine,
it'd be
fine
sick.
from the league. It's not moving the
Yeah,
needle. It's
yeah,
not
no,
moving the needle for the owner. They're
it's
gonna
not
take
moving
the
the
fine.
needle. Not moving the
I
needle at
mean,
all.
it's definitely gonna give them some juice tonight. I also wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo wins, but
Yeah,
they blew them out last game. Montreal is gonna be pissed.
yeah.
I could see a Caulfield goal. I could see a Hudson goal. I could see a Demidov goal. I mean, you never
So
know. You never know who's
Suzuki,
gonna
I mean,
get
just go down the
Suzuki,
list.
Slav. You never know who's gonna
Just
get
go
a
down the
ton. But
list.
yeah, I
Just
think it's gonna be another good one tonight. I'm excited. So,
yeah.
all right,
And
should
I
we?
do. I do. Sorry to cut you off. I do want to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about my experience at the Bell Center. So, for those watching, my brother and I were just in Montreal. We're celebrating Big Zadie's 84th birthday.
Big Z.
Let me turn my ringer off.
Please
Yeah,
be professional.
absolute champ. 84 years old, walking around the Bell Center like he owns the place, spewing chicks left and right. We don't need to get into the details of that. We had a couple interactions, and he didn't skip a beat. But I will say, as a hockey city, Montreal, I've never been to a Habs game, let alone a playoff game. Definitely lives up to the hype. Couldn't find one person not wearing a red jersey. It was insane.
Yeah.
And it was buzzing downtown from, I mean, we got downtown at like 4 o'clock to start hitting some bars and get some drinks. It was buzzing already, you know? And I
Yep.
feel like that really separates the city. You could tell that everyone there was like a blue collar Frenchman who loves hockey. And they
Yeah.
bring the fucking passion. And I think there's a big difference compared to when you go to like a Rangers playoff game here and half the guys there are just dudes who work for JP Morgan who could afford, $1,000 seats and they don't really give a shit about the game. So it really made a
Yep.
difference. The building was electric. Obviously, I wish they won, even though they dominated play, but I think it's a bucket list item. Dude, if the Wings play the Habs next time in the playoffs, if I'm not ankle deep in brutal med school stuff and you're not saving the world with insurance, I think we should rip a game because it was incredible. Would love to experience that with the
I
fellas.
mean, that can be a bucket list, but if you think I'm going to my first Red Wings playoff game in Montreal over Detroit, I'm sorry. I got bad news for you.
That's
It's not
fair
gonna
enough.
it's not happening. Now, I think we're more likely to see a Detroit Florida game. Now that's something I could
That's
be I
very,
could be
dude.
inclined for.
That's so
Extremely
possible.
possible.
Finish
Extremely
2-3.
possible. Right down the road. So
Yeah,
if we somehow get matched up with them, which we probably would just get fucking annihilated.
yeah.
But you know, that'd be a fun one too.
Also, being an away fan at a Panthers game is really different because you don't have to worry about getting, your arm chopped off or
Stabbed,
something, stabbed,
shivved in the bathroom,
beaten,
get boot fucked in the
spat on.
alley.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not gonna happen at a Panthers game.
Yeah, it's a different crowd for sure.
Very, very.
Um,
All right, let's move into the conference finals.
yes.
We'll kick it off with Avs Knights. Would you like to give your prediction first?
Yeah, I think I mean we'll go into the wild series, but I think just right off the bat, I think the Avs are gonna win in five, maybe six. Vegas might put up a little bit of a fight, but I think the way Colorado's just steamrolling everyone, especially in
Yeah,
Minnesota. Like
yeah,
think about all year, everyone was saying like, "Holy shit!" Like the Central is just so stacked, and they just ran through the Wild, like ran through,
yep.
and it wasn't even close. I mean, it was a 5 game series. I guess game one was really back and forth. That was a crazy shootout. Then you had the overtime to close it off, but and the Wild had one game, but coming back from down 3-0 on the road
Yep.
to close out the series against a hungry team that is extremely talented shows a lot. I think Vegas is a little slow. I think they're kind of, I mean, obviously they have the experience, but I just think
They're
Colorado's just
big.
not
They're
enough
heavy.
competition. Yeah,
They're heavy. It's
yeah.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good series. I agree. Oh, I didn't let you give your prediction.
No, I did. I said Habs in 5 or 6.
Oh, in 5 or 6, you did. Yeah. I'm gonna go Avs in 6 or 7.
You're
I
such a
think the Knights are
fucking
getting
dweeb.
slept on. I got the Tortorella boost. I think he's got them fired up to play. They just took that massive fine.
Yeah,
Like if they come out here and get blown out after taking that 200K or whatever,
yeah,
it was a fine. They lost the second round pick, I believe, as well.
yeah. For because even after the win, he didn't want to speak to anybody.
Yeah.
Can
If
you
they come
imagine what
out,
goes on in that room?
dude, if they get blown out by Colorado after forfeiting the second round pick
Yeah,
over that, it's gonna be bad looks. It's gonna be
yeah,
bad looks in Vegas, but I think, dude, I think the Knights are sneaky. They've been there before. They've won cups.
yeah.
Eichel's a dog. Marner, dog. They got 6 redwoods on the back end.
Yeah.
It's gonna be,
Sure.
can Carter Hart stay afloat?
Hopefully, he doesn't get distracted
Hopefully,
in this important time.
hopefully his demons don't come out to play.
I hope
Guys
not.
got some skeletons.
I
But
hope not.
yeah, we'll see if they can get the bottom 6 going too. I know Hurdle's been pretty quiet, but
Yeah,
the Knights have the talent. It's going to be a good series. I'm excited. Physical series.
yeah. That's going to
Physical
be a really
league,
physical
you know?
series. It is a physical league.
Physical league.
Absolutely. I
Should
think
we
it'll be. I think it'll be fun.
you
I
want
mean,
to talk
I'd love
about
to see. I'd
you
love
wanna
to
talk
see
about
more.
mini a little bit again?
Yeah, yeah. We got to circle
We were
back to
talking
that.
about this the other night. Yeah, let's talk about this. Is Quinn re-signing? I don't know, dude. We talked about this. They looked, we said if they put up a good fight against Colorado and it was close, that he'd be close to a lock, but I saw some glaring holes that I don't know if they're able to fix this offseason, you know?
I agree with you. I think if like top heavy, they're so stacked. Obviously,
Yeah.
Hughes, boys with
Well,
Faber from the
minus
Olympics.
minus the center position. They don't have
Yeah,
a 1C.
well, of course, yeah, we're gonna get to that. I mean, just no depth down the middle. You're
Yeah.
not winning a cup with Yoel Eriksson Ek as your 1C,
No.
and then he gets
No.
hurt. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they never stood a chance,
He's
honestly.
yeah.
But I think if they could somehow like retool in a way, because I do think top heavy they have a ton of talent. I think Boldy and Kaprizov could be arguably. I actually think they are the best like pairs of winger in the NHL. I don't think a team has two better wingers than those two. But wingers, key point, wingers. You need centers. They don't have that. And if we spoke about their UFA situation, they're in complete cap hell. Tarasenko, Hartman, Zuccarello, Johansson are all free agents this year, and then Hughes is going to be free agent the year after. So I don't know if he's going to resign. He's going to want a lot of money, and as we know, Kaprizov makes 17 mil a year. So
You can't I mean 17 million? If he signed for 12 million, there's Zuccarello or Hartman right there
yeah,
with the extra money. You know, it's just tough. They've got all these guys to re-sign. I believe they only have like 8 or 9 million in cap space. How are you going to find a 1C, let alone re-sign all these guys with that? They traded away the whole farm for Quinn Hughes. They're gonna have to move someone and dump salary cap, or I mean maybe I don't know what their farm team looks like now. Maybe they got some young guys that can come up.
not
Maybe
like
they make a
Grand
trade.
Rapids, I'll tell you that.
We'll get into that in a little bit, but yeah, I think Kaprizov makes too much money, and I don't know. They're gonna have to give Quinn a really good reason to resign next year because I mean, you need the center depth because I mean, look at the last couple of teams that have either won the cup or been in contention. Florida, Edmonton, Vegas, all high end 1Cs and high end 2Cs like McDavid and Draisaitl, insane one and 2C.
Markov and Bennett,
Barkov, Bennett,
it's crazy.
and Lundell 3C. Like you
Yeah,
gotta have the set. Like all the teams that are consistently competing for the cups have the crazy center depth, and Mini doesn't even have a 1C. So I don't see them leaving the mushy middle
yeah,
anytime soon, especially not with all that money tied up in a winger. So
yeah. They're in a bit of a situation here. I think Billy Guerin got a little too hot this year, and I do
yeah, everyone
respect the balls.
with the
Yeah,
glazes, like
could have gone to his head a little bit, but
yeah, maybe.
move on to the East here. I mean, we obviously don't know yet who's going to come out of this Buffalo Montreal series, but I think it doesn't really matter. I
I'm
think,
scared whoever it is
yeah,
that comes out. I'm horrified for them.
yeah, I feel bad because Rob the Bot is coming right at you, full
Hard,
steam ahead. He's coming
hard.
hard. Yeah, he wants another cup.
Yeah,
He
he
wants to win
does.
it as a coach. I think Carolina looks like a well-oiled machine. Now, key point: they played the two worst teams in the entire playoffs in the
Couple
first and
couple
second
key
rounds.
points here. Yeah,
Yeah,
they played very weak teams. They don't have a superstar.
they don't
They
have a
don't have a
superstar.
superstar. And when's the last time they played a game? Week and a half ago?
Yeah,
It
something like
was they
that.
were done. I think I saw that they were done with their series while Montreal and Buffalo were playing game three. Like
Yeah,
they've been, I don't know, rest or rust depends where you lie on that side of the argument. I don't think that Rod would let them rust. I think they're still going to come out flying,
yeah.
but I do think they're going to take care of either Buffalo or Montreal. I think Buffalo matches up better. They're a little bigger, a little heavier. Both those teams are going to have great home ice advantage. So I think it's going to be a pretty solid series. I do think the Canes are going to win it, but do they have the superstar to get them the cup? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
mean,
dude.
I think that's a question that we're going to see unfold pretty soon. I do think they have a lot of very, 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 very good
The
players.
Hall of Very good.
Hall of very, very good. I wonder if that's enough. I mean, Aho belongs in that hall. Slavin, unbelievable, belongs in that hall.
Svetch.
Svech, Ehlers,
Jarvis, Ehlers,
even like oh, dude, Jackson
the
Blake just looks
dude, the Blake
unbelievable.
Stankoven Hall line
Yeah,
has been
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah.
But we'll
We'll
we'll see
see.
what happens when they if they have to go up against a team with two superstars like
I know. I,
Colorado.
I I think
You know,
it's I think it's I think for them like these last two rounds have just been like they're just so full steam ahead. They seem so dialed in these last two rounds, like it almost meant nothing to them. Now it's like when their playoffs really start,
Yeah.
which I'm excited to see because I mean, as much as I hate Carolina, they were the team that as a Penguins fan, I hated playing them the most all season, just because they give you nothing. They're so disciplined.
Yep.
I think it's going to be exciting to see how they really lock in and try to get it done. I think they can for sure. I mean, it's just
Yeah, they got the depth. Are there any superstars left in the East right now?
like at all.
At all?
I mean, between those three teams, like no. I mean, maybe you have the argument that Caulfield is on his way to becoming one because he scored
Caulfield's not a
50,
super
but I don't
Caulfield's
think
not a
he's.
superstar.
Yeah, I don't think he's one. I think Hudson will be a superstar within the next year or two, though.
Hudson has the
Da-
superstar potential. I don't think he's a superstar yet.
Dahlin, I think you could maybe say is a
Oh,
superstar. I think he's the only one,
what did he
honestly.
have? 80 something points,
So,
90
I don't know,
pushing 90 points.
Norris candidate. Like he's ridiculous. He's so good on both ends of the
Okay,
ice.
I could entertain the Darlene
Yeah,
superstar, but dude, Colorado's just terrifying.
yeah. They have
Colorado's terrifying. Vegas
they
is
have two of the
terrifying.
top three players in the league.
Is Marner a superstar?
Mm,
He's
the way
playing
he's
like
playing
one.
right
He's
now,
playing
yeah.
like one.
With the way he's playing right now, like I mean, Eichel is. So there you
I
go. They
think
might
if
have
you're
two.
I think if you're Carolina, you got to pray to God that Colorado versus Vegas goes to 7 and they just beat the hell out of each
Dude, I
other.
was just thinking that.
Someone goes down. Kale is allegedly a little banged up right now. Maybe someone on Vegas runs him one game and bangs Bobby Moore. I think that's Carolina's biggest hope right now is that someone from one of those teams, one of those superstars goes down or is not playing like himself.
Yeah,
But I mean Carolina, I don't think I mean I'm sure they have injuries, but I don't think
yeah,
anyone notably is banged up.
yeah. I don't think it's too bad considering how they've just steamrolled everybody. But like, if you look at teams that are really grinding it out, like I'm sure Vegas is super hurt because they've been
Yeah.
grinding it out in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they took both series to six.
Sidebar, Philly dropped an injury list.
Yeah, I saw.
Why would you post that?
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan. That's just like making excuses. Everyone's hurt. I
yeah.
like the undisclosed lower body, undisclosed upper body. Leave it at that. Like
We
why
don't
they
need to
literally
know.
went every single person. It's like feel bad for us. Everyone was hurt. Everyone had broken bones. Our ligaments were all strained. Like I think that's a soft move. I don't like that out of Philly.
I know. And I mean, but some of them are so nasty. Like I kind of see where they're like so many fractures. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. I mean, Owen Tippett, internal bleeding. I mean, dude, it's so rough.
I mean,
Fractured rib.
I'm not saying it's good, but like, do they want sympathy?
I don't know if they want sympathy as much as they just want to show, like, they even made it to the second round. And as, nauseous I am talking about this, like, I think they're just trying to show, like, look what we did with our roster with these injuries, I guess. But, like, I don't know if they want sympathy. I guess I see where you're coming from. But, like,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, fuck that team. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Next. Done. Done.
We'll just go right into our cup final predictions.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Colorado versus Carolina. I hope the Habs make it. I just think they're too soft for Carolina, even if they, obviously they have to win tonight. I think Buffalo's a little more physical, but they're not as talented as Montreal, so I don't think that any team is going to beat Carolina. But I do think Colorado is going to beat Carolina. So I guess I'm going to go Avs in six. Nate Dogg hoist the cup. I love Nate Dogg. I love Makar.
No stuffed animal this time.
No
No
stuffed,
stuffed animal
no
for Nate
stuffed
this
animal
time.
this time. No consolation stuffed animal.
Nope.
Dude,
Nope.
he was so pissed
Dude,
looking
he
at
wanted to just like rip
that.
its head
Yeah,
off. You
yeah,
can tell.
exactly.
I'm gonna have to agree with you here. I'm also going Colorado in 6. Touched on it. We touched on Carolina's keys to success against them, but at the end of the day, I mean, dude, they have 5 top 6 centers.
Yeah,
Like it's insane. Their top 6 is one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life.
it is
They're
insane.
big, they're fast, they're
They've
experienced.
been there before.
They've been there before. They're getting good goaltending. I don't see unless someone goes down, unless McCarr or McKinnon goes down, I don't see Colorado or the Canes having a chance. But I do think at home, they got a tough barn to play in. I do think they could win a game at home, maybe steal one on the road. So I do think it'll be a series, but think 6 might be a little generous. It's going to be Colorado in either 5 or 6.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's fair, and it's also, I mean, it's such a cheat code. Like when you could be like, oh, Blackwood's not playing well, Wedgwood, you're coming in, and then you vice versa. Like having two goalies that are arguably top 10 in the league, such a cheat code. I think it's really interesting that the league is heading this direction, using two goalies in like a tandem. It used to be you've got your stud starter, and then the backup is like pretty shit. You never think about going to in a playoff series, but it seems like more and more teams are kind of going back and forth, which is interesting. Just goes to show the talent in the league right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. This is gonna be a pretty brutal segment. Real quick, let's just each go through a memorial for our teams.
Well, hold on. We think we should touch on the draft lottery real quick.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally forgot.
I mean, if this doesn't reaffirm what I've been saying for years, the draft lottery might be the most rigged of any sport. Toronto has been in the lottery twice in the last 10 years. Well, they've only picked in the lottery twice, won it both times.
Yeah.
Biggest market in sports or in hockey. You're gonna tell me it's not rigged? There's literally no way. They just feed them superstars on a platter. It's not fair. And start of the Red Wings rebuild, 4 years in a row, fell spots. When we had like 48 points or whatever it was, literally one of the worst teams ever, fell from the number 1 to number 4, which we did get Raymond that year, so I'm not too mad. If we got Lafreniere, would have been devastating. But I mean, you've got teams like Detroit that just consistently fall every year. Teams that get no love from the league across all sports, just get hosed by the league in every sport, falling consistently, and these big markets just getting spoon-fed picks every year. I don't know. It seems pretty rigged to me. What are your thoughts?
Well, just like as an optimist, I don't want to think it's rigged because it's like, how can you do such a thing? Like so many people rely, like being fucked over by the lottery. Like let's say you're Vancouver right now, like they just fucked over a whole franchise, and X amount of people work for that franchise, their whole fan base, all that stuff. So like part of me wants to think like there's no way it's rigged. But then part of me remembers that the NHL is a business, and Toronto's its most lucrative team, and it does make things so interesting now to have Toronto the first overall pick. They're probably going to get McKenna. I feel like McKenna brings a bit of an edge that Toronto's been missing too.
I think it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be interesting. But I mean, I still hear there's rumblings that Austin Matthews is not committed to playing with them next year. He still could want to trade. So just because they got the number 1 pick doesn't secure Matthews. Now, if he does stay, Nyes, McKenna, Matthews line is pure filth. Pure filth.
I wonder if they're going to stack them.
They could.
They easily could.
They easily could.
But we'll see what happens with that.
Is that 4 years in a row that the team that won has moved up?
I don't know.
Chicago won. They moved up.
Yes.
Did San Jose move up for Celebrini, or were they last? I think San Jose might have moved up as well. They've moved up 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know.
Islanders moved up and won it.
Yes, Islanders.
Toronto moved up and won it.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's a little fishy.
I know. Pardon my lights tweaking out in front of me. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you see that shit happen.
All right. Hey, it's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move into our Penguins Red Wings memorial.
Yeah,
I'll let you start.
Yeah, I'll start. Gonna be very very brief and to the point. Overall, I'll give this, like, I'm very happy with the season. It's the most fun I've had watching them in the last, I don't know, 6-7 years, something like that. The team during the regular season was very explosive, very fun. I really, with the first year head coach Dan Muse, thought I did a great job. I think we could have defended better a lot of the time, but whatever. You had that whole month of March with Crosby and Malkin not playing, and you go 500 with like the worst schedule ever on the road in Carolina and Colorado and Vegas and Utah, and you still come out of that 500. You make the playoffs. Everything was going great. I was so happy. And then you get to the playoffs and you just forget how to play hockey for 3 games, losing to your biggest rival, who I still think fucking suck. Like, I can't believe we lost to them. We are so much better, so much more talent. Yes, I'm a bitter Penguins fan. I know it sounds that way. It's 110% true. I drove, 6 hours to Pittsburgh to meet with my cousin. Lifelong dream, watch Sid in his own barn, play in the playoffs against his biggest rival, and we couldn't even celebrate a goal. So it was a very shitty experience. I think if we won that game six in overtime, we would have won the series. It would have been electric coming back. So the playoffs, I give us like maybe, I don't know, a C plus because we tried to come back, but overall very poor. I'm optimistic about the future. I think Dubas is a dog. I can't believe wasn't even nominated for GM of the year, which is insane considering all the guys that we picked up, signed for nothing, traded for a bag of chips. Mantha was unbelievable, 32 goals. However, he's definitely not coming back because of how shit he was in the playoffs. But other than that, I loved, Chinikov obviously got his jersey. Kindle was great. It is what it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's solid. That's
Yeah.
solid stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's going to be really, really difficult for me to get through this, but great start to the season. We were in first in the Atlantic at one point, held the second seed for quite a bit of time, and then the tale as old as time, the Red Wings March collapse. We all were afraid of it. We thought this year was going to be different, but I mean, just an absolutely devastating fashion. Totally collapsed down the
Devastating.
stretch. I mean, we trade the first round pick for Justin Falk. Larkin eviscerates his knee that same night. I remember I was literally sick to my stomach watching that. I thought for sure the ACL was torn. Next game or 2 games later, I think Cop had like 5 points in 3 games, stepping up in the 1C. Cop knee goes down. Greer just like completely falls on it. So there goes 1 and 2C right after you trade the first round pick. The second Larkin went down, I knew we were missing the playoffs right in that moment, even though we were
You
still.
texted me.
I texted you. I said
You're like,
we're
season's
done.
fucked, is done.
I was like, we are done. And they were in it until the last until like the third to last game somehow. I mean, they didn't deserve it.
Until they played us.
Guys came back. You sit there and be quiet while I rant about my Red Wings. Guys came back, didn't matter. I mean, these injuries in the Olympics. I'm so happy there's no Olympics next year because and no Four Nations because all our guys. Raymond hurt shoulder the whole season. Larkin went down. Like the injuries were terrible, but I mean the team is simply not tough enough to play against. They don't mentally or physically. I think the bottom six needs to be completely reinvented. At bare minimum, you need a top line left wing or a new 2C. Bare minimum, you have to bring in an elite top six player through trade because the free agency market is fucking atrocious.
Atrocious.
I think you ship out a lot of the guys in the bottom six. We're gonna have some of the kids come up from Grand Rapids who got a taste. Which Grand Rapids Griffins, they're not looking too good right now. Down 0-2 in the series, best of five. I still think they have a chance, but great season. I mean, it's a sign of a great farm system when
You
when
want to
you're
have a good farm
you
system.
want you want to have a good team. They had one of the best records. Everyone looked great. Which I mean, if all those guys graduate and go according to plan, they should fill out the bottom six pretty nicely. Um, Best goalie pipeline in the league, but I'm gonna give the season a C minus. Started off hot.
Oh God.
Obviously, I mean, if we made the playoffs, I might have even given us an A minus if we snuck in the playoffs. But dropping out, we're going down to a C minus. I liked what I saw out of Larkin, Raymond, DeBrincat, 40 goal scorer, incredible. Sider elevated himself to superstar level this season. Edvinson looked great. Finney, seventh round rookie, scoring 35 points. I mean, what more can you ask for out of him? Casper, one of my biggest upsets of the season, sophomore slump, but I expect him to bounce back next year. So, I mean, if it was last year, we would have made the playoffs but of course, the one season we have our best statistic season. Everyone else just goes fucking nuclear in the East. But I mean, that's classic Red Wings fashion. So technically, we still did go up. So I'm gonna give us a C minus, even though we dropped out. Um, Fucking horrific collapse. But I'm excited for next season. But I will say Yzerman has 1 year, and if we are not marginally better, and I'm not talking go and get swept by Carolina in the first round. We need to. I don't want to. I want to be bare minimum wild card one, if not sneak in 3 seed. put up a fight, maybe get out of the first round. But if we just go in there and just get fucking tops blown off us in the first round, I still think Yzerman needs to be pushed out of the
He's
GM position.
he's
Stay
your
in the
new
organization,
he's your new
but
hockey operations assistant.
exactly. He's president of hockey ops, and then we bring in someone else as the GM. But
That's
all
fair.
right, let's get
That's
through
fair.
this closing
Yeah.
segment real quick. Dog of the
Got
week. I'll let you
got
lead us
3
off.
minutes. 3 minutes on Zoom. I'll go super quick. Dog of the
All right.
week for me, Mitch Marner. I know we touched upon him earlier. He's definitely top three favorite player in the league who isn't a Penguin for me, mainly because of what he's done for Canada and Four Nations and Olympics with those legendary OT winners. He's been unbelievable all ends of the ice. I think defensive hockey is so overlooked in today's age with, maybe fans that don't examine the league quite the way that some of us do. And I think Marner exemplifies what being a two-way player is. His first goal the other night was absolutely insane. Like I couldn't
Filthy.
believe it. Goal in the
Filth.
playoffs by far. One of the best I've
Disgusting.
seen in so long.
Yep.
Disgusting. Going through legs like that. Thank God he left Toronto. I love seeing him play on a team that's, he has so much more confidence. The team is so much more confident with him. Whereas
Yeah, he was the problem. He was the problem in
Yeah.
Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God they got rid of him.
It wasn't Nylander with his pink tank top and
Oh,
Matthews with the fur coat.
fucking flicking off the crowd from the box. Fuck
Yeah.
them. All right, my dog of the week. I think it's pretty obvious choice here. Zach Benson. Guy's a pit bull.
Dog.
He's gonna fucking gnaw your ankle. He's gonna bite your kneecap, gnaw your ankle off. I thought the hit on the slew foot on McAvoy, I fucking loved it. I mean, the guy's just a demon. Buzz cut, pimply face. He's the type of guy to fucking spit on you in the pile, but he's got offensive upside. Little Brad Marchand-esque. Still kind of wouldn't mind seeing him get punched in the face because he's got a punchable face. But I think we're going to be watching this guy in the playoffs for a long time, and he's going to have a great highlight reel when all is said and done. Great rat reel.
Great rat. Dude, passing of the torch for the rat.
Yep,
Need a
love
new
it.
one. Need a
Love
new
it.
one. All right. Well, that wraps up the second episode of Physical League. We'll be back for an official Stanley Cup final preview once
Yep.
these upcoming series are over. Go Habs, go.